So about a year ago, I made this video. Looking back, mistakes were made, so I will go over it and elaborate on parts where I was being stretchy or confusing. Let's take a look at my video together, shall we?
Animaniacs, totally insane, Pinky and the Brainy. Animaniacs, those are the facts.
For some extra context, I got most of these from older Yakko's world correction videos and compiled them together. I used the buzzer because I didn't want to do audio commentary at the time. Also, I was screenshotting these from Microsoft Paint.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Yakko Warner.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti.
Here, I should have just said Haiti and the Dominican Republic instead of the entire Caribbean, as aside from Haiti and the Dominican Republic, all of the other Caribbean countries don't physically border any other country.
Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican.
Some people argued against this correction, but I still stand by it. Republic Dominican being added in for the rhyme doesn't mean it's not a wrong name, and there are plenty of ways to rhyme with the proper name, Dominican Republic.
Cuba, Caribbean. Greenland. El Salvador to Puerto Rico. Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana.
I would like to cut this one some slack in hindsight, as many people pronounce many different things differently based on where they live or their language.
And still, Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas.
So for this one, I was going strictly by the official name of the Bahamas, which includes the word "the" in it, although I can see why this one is seen as nitpicky.
Tobago, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam.
Since I released this video, I found out that Sicily, the biggest Mediterranean island, is missing from the map here. And no, I will not go over every detail about the map that might be a bit off because the work needed to do that is actually insane.
Norway and Sweden and Iceland and Finland and Germany. Now one piece. Switzerland. Austria, Czechoslovakia. Italy, Turkey.
This one flew over the heads of many people, so I would like to explain. Back when I made this, I had a small bubble of people from my Mr. Incredible Becoming Uncanny Correction videos watching me who understood that when I used outdated, it meant correct at the time, but not anymore. I thought most people would be able to understand that, but I eventually learned how a lot of people outside of my bubble interpreted this without context.
And Greece, Poland, Romania, Scotland.
Some people argued against this one, but I also stand by this one. While Scotland is a country by technicality, it is not an independent nation like what most people would think of when they hear the word country.
Albania, Ireland, Russia. Oman.
In case if you're wondering about when I increase the mistake counter by more than one in one screenshot, it's because there are more than one inaccuracies I'm mentioning at once. For example, I'm mentioning both how Oman is too small, and the UAE is missing here.
Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq, and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan. both Yemen's, Kuwait and Bahrain, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium and Portugal, France, England, Denmark and Spain. India.
Since I made this video, I found out that the top part separated from India is actually a disputed territory known as Jammu and Kashmir. It has been subject to a dispute between India and Pakistan since 1947 and between India and China since 1959.
Pakistan, Burma.
I was going strictly by official name here, but I would like to cut this one some more slack in hindsight, as many people and even some governments still call the country Burma.
Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea.
When I made this correction, I didn't see on the map that North Korea and South Korea were separated. With this extra context in mind, they're not implying that the Koreas are still together, and they're just saying Korea to make it shorter, so I'll give this one a pass.
Japan, Mongolia, Laos.
So now it's time to address probably the most controversial correction in my original video. You might be wondering where I even got this from. I got it from a Geography Now video where the main guy pronounced Laos with a silent S.
Lao. It's pronounced Lao, not Laos. Lao. Cool? Okay, now we can allow this episode to begin properly.
However, I later found out that the silent S is just how the native Lao people pronounce it, and Laos with a pronounced S is a correct way to say it in English.
Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan.
是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港这座城市的设置。
但是数据进行一并且数据进行着我最希望，所以现在是因为时间。
Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand and Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia.
So technically, the country is named the Gambia, being one of the few countries to include the word "the" in its name. But like with the Bahamas, this can be seen as nitpicky, which I understand.
Guinea, Algeria, Ghana. Burundi, Lesotho, Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone.
This one might seem like a weird inclusion, so allow me to explain what I was thinking. I got this one from Deuterium, the sentient mattress.
The Spanish Sahara is gone.
The Spanish Sahara ceased to exist in 1975, nearly 18 years before this song came out, thus making it non-topical. The territory is now known as Western Sahara, and is disputed territory between the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic and Morocco, the latter of whom annexed most of the territory. No other country has officially recognized Morocco's sovereignty over the annexed territories, and the UN considers the Polisario Front of the Sahrawi Republic to be the legitimate representation of the Sahrawi people.
He also mentioned Germany now being in one piece, but I thought that was a big enough event to mention a few years later, so I didn't include that.
Then Germany now one piece.
When this song first aired on September 14th, 1993, Germany had been in one piece, and yes, that is what Yakko said, I checked, for nearly 3 whole years, having reunified on October the 3rd, 1990.
Although this one is very nitpicky, so I don't really stand by it anymore.
Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algeria. Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia.
So for this one, I would like to retract what I said here, as Eritrea only gained de facto independence a few months before this song came out, and animation took quite a lot of time back in the day.
Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Maya, and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Crete, Mauritania, then Transylvania.
Drac, you ready to throw down?
No, I just came closer to hear you better.
Oh, come on, just give it a try.
All right, maybe just a little. Almost time for Halloween. Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick. Blood. I'll suck your blood. Oh, shit.
These European microstates are extremely hard to see even on a close-up map of Europe, so I'm gonna retract this one as well.
Malta and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan, Montenegro and Bosnia-Herzegovina.
In hindsight, I'm letting this one slide, but only by a little bit. While Bosnia and Herzegovina are both part of the same country and he didn't say the and, it could be assumed that by putting the two next to each other, he's implying the and therefore saying they are in the same country.
Soviet Union is gone.
So just like with the Spanish Sahara one, I don't really stand by this one anymore, but I also got this one from Deuterium, the sentient mattress.
The Soviet Union is gone.
This video was uploaded at the beginning of October 2018, and the Soviet Union dissolved 28 years prior to that, so this is non-topical.
South Africa, Georgia, Moldova, Latvia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, hey, Kazakhstan, hey, then there's Tajikistan too, hey, Turkmenistan, hey, Kurdistan.
So I would like to share why I think he said Kyrgyzstan instead of Kurdistan. On a separate occasion, he pronounced it in a different way that nobody in their right mind would pronounce Kurdistan as. Take a listen.
Montenegro and Bosnia-Herzegovina, the Soviet Union is gone. South Africa, Georgia, Moldova, Latvia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, hey, Kazakhstan, hey, then there's Tajikistan too, hey, Turkmenistan, hey, Dagestan, Armenia, Tonga, Palau, Lithuania, Serbia, Kosovo, US Samoa, the Balkans, Brunei, Macau and Crimea, then Eritrea, Ukraine and Estonia, here's Macedonia, New Caledonia, then Eastern Slavonia, Ivory Coast and Cape Verde, Andorra, the Solomon Islands, Dubai. Armenia, Tonga, Palau, Lithuania, Serbia, Kosovo. US Samoa, the Balkans, Brunei, Macau, and Crimea, then Eritrea, Ukraine and Estonia, here's Macedonia, New Caledonia, Eastern Slavonia, Ivory Coast, Cape Verde, Andorra, the Solomon Islands, Dubai.
Also, if you're wondering where I got the buzzer from, I got it from a video made by a friend of mine, link in description.